Hello, my name is Wayne Ogasali, and in this demonstration we're going to show you how you can deliver SD-WAN services from Meraki and Viptela much more simply from the cloud. There's a massive SD-WAN business opportunity for service providers. The way we work has changed. Devices, campus branches, and users are accessing applications not from a single cloud, but from many clouds. This is resulting in a highly complex and dynamic network where internet connectivity and security are business-critical functions. As a result of this complexity, enterprises are moving to as-a-service and managed service models. Cloud-managed services unlock new opportunities for service providers. Cloud-managed security, networking, and simplicity offer amazing opportunities for service providers to grow their business. Cloud-managed services can be delivered at a lower risk exposure with a consistent user experience and a greatly reduced operational complexity. In this demonstration, we're going to show you how Managed Service Accelerator can deliver simple and secure managed services, specifically SD-WAN, from the cloud. And what SD-WAN services are we going to deliver? We're going to deliver Cisco's award-winning SD-WAN that has the #1 market share on the planet. MSX provides multi-tenant, multi-domain SD-WAN services simply from the cloud. MSX is a cloud-native, multi-tenant, multi-service, and multi-vendor software platform for the simple development, deployment, and management of your enterprise managed services. MSX provides multi-tenant service delivery. With MSX, you can select an MSX tenant. Each tenant's data is securely encrypted in the cloud. A service catalog is offered to tenants. In this case, Coke chooses to deploy Meraki and Viptela SD-WAN. Upon that selection, MSX will create or attach to the required service controllers for those selected services, in this case, Viptela and Meraki. MSX then assists in the deployment of both physical and virtual assets using zero-touch provisioning across physical sites and cloud-managed sites. MSX then orchestrates the SD-WAN services for those sites through API calls into their respective controllers. MSX simplifies deployment through repeatable processes, service orchestration, custom workflows, and open APIs. MSX expects service providers to develop a service catalog of services that they want to deploy. In this case, we'll focus on Cisco SD-WAN and Meraki. In addition to that service catalog, MSX will provide custom workflows and APIs into your ordering and billing systems. We'll manage your licensing through smart licensing. We'll provide you a data platform to be able to collect data across these different services and manage alarms and notifications and alerts, and handle the operational logistics that are required to bring that service to life. The first step in the deployment of an SD-WAN service is to provide a simplified deployment of the SD-WAN controllers across these multiple domains. It will provide single sign-on and role-based access for all of the users for that particular tenant and those controllers. It will also interface with your northbound OSS and BSS systems across these multiple control planes. Once the controllers have been deployed in the cloud, MSX will pull from the service catalogs that have been delivered and developed for this unique customer. MSX will then provision those devices using cloning, blueprints, and templates across these different services. If you want to deploy across thousands of sites, MSX has CSV file bulk provisioning to allow you to create CSV files in Excel spreadsheets. MSX allows users to set different policies once the services are deployed. In this case, we're setting Meraki traffic policies for 5, 6, and 8 class queues, and then allowing users to change those application policies with specific guardrails. MSX provides simplified template management across different domains. You can develop your validated configs in a development environment and upload or import them into the MSX platform. MSX will then allow you to assign those service templates and blueprints to different tenants. This greatly simplifies service deployment through the utilization of your validated configurations and repeatable processes. And then finally, MSX provides simplified workflow orchestration services. One of the most requested workflows we have is a workflow that upgrades your ISR, ASR, or CSR devices from an iOS XE routed platform to an SD-WAN capable platform. We can do this with a couple clicks and implement this across thousands of devices very simply from the cloud. Now let's provide a demonstration of Meraki and Cisco SD WAN delivered from MSX. I've logged into an MSX platform, and you can see that we have many services and many tenants. I'm a super user, so I can see all of the tenants. You can add and subtract tenants very simply from MSX, and each tenant, as we saw, can consume multiple services. In this case, we're consuming Managed Device, DNA Center, SD WAN, and Viptela. Each tenant is assigned specific users. Those users are assigned individual roles. So a Coke administrator might have a tenant administrator role. You, as a service provider, can define user roles to allow read and write privileges to individual tenants and users and assign them appropriately. I've entered the MSX service catalog. We're going to select an SD-WAN service for a new tenant. Let's select the Apple tenant. You have the ability to manage and operate tenant cost and billing as you wish. These are all modifiable parameters, and we'll get started. Since Apple is a new tenant, it doesn't have any control plane, so let's add a new control plane. In this case, I'm going to create a new Viptela control plane. I put in the virtual account name. I've selected the appropriate Viptela image. And all I have to do now is select the number of devices that I want deployed, the AWS regions of interest. These regions are programmable. And based on those selections, it will allow me to create vManage, vSmart, and vBond controllers in different AWS regions as needed to deploy this Viptela service at scale. It's that simple. In a similar way, I can attach a Meraki control plane by selecting Meraki and entering the API access key and org ID. I hit the submit button and Meraki will be attached. In this case, I've selected a tenant that has multiple sites, Meraki sites and Viptela sites. Those controllers are managing those individual sites. I can look at an individual site. This happens to be a Viptela site. It has site status. It has specific template details that are editable. So I can go in and edit variables on a specific site or download a new template if I want for the specific site. And then I can, as we said, cross-launch into or do a deep link into the specific controller for this individual tenant. So in this case, I've used role-based access and secure login credentials to be able to allow me access to that specific site. Similar things for the Meraki sites that we have at that particular tenant. I can now add a new site. The way I add a new site is very simple. I hit the Add a Site button. I select either a Viptela or Meraki site. I've put in the site location. Now I can select from a number of different devices. I'm just going to clone a device from maybe an existing site at Bob Hope Airport. And I've got a couple Meraki devices. I'm going to choose this one, the serial number. Very simple. I hit the submit button. It's now doing API calls into the Meraki dashboard and has now successfully deployed that site at the Boston location. I can go and take a look at that site, look at that the site status is up. Nothing has been provisioned yet, but that serial number has been deployed with the specific template. So I can go to my Meraki dashboard and see that the Boston site is up. It's not reachable because it hasn't been powered up yet, but once it does, I'll program it with the appropriate template that we've pulled in for that particular site. MSX has the ability to manage path preference and application relevance as a couple examples for both Meraki and Viptela. I'm looking at Viptela now, but I can set the path preference maybe for interactive video for the primary path to go from, MPLS to, business internet, or vice versa. I can, select the fallback path to a different path depending upon what you want. From an application relevance standpoint, I can look at a large number of applications and assign application relevance. So if today Netflix was very important to me and I wanted to move it from a business irrelevant class to a business relevant class, I would simply make that change, hit the submit button, and then thousands of sites running Netflix would move that to a higher policy queue and then potentially run from a business internet to an MPLS link depending upon that video queue. You can now manage any Cisco SD-WAN environment from a single integrated platform. We provide a single pane of glass for both Meraki and Cisco SD-WAN. We provide simplified onboarding of sites and devices, centralized management of templates and blueprints, easy bulk provisioning, health reporting for different sites and devices, and deep links into the controllers of your choice. So we can manage multiple services from a single platform. For more information, go to the MSX website, and thank you very much.